The product of numbers is found by multiplying the numbers. We can see here that we have 4 examples. This is asking us to find the product of 2, 4 and 11. We have another one here which is asking us to find the product of 4, 3 and 10. Another one up here is asking us to find the product of 56, 72 and 3. And down here we're being asked to find the product of 55 and 34. Let's do them in turn. We'll start up here with this one, which is asking us to find the product of 2, 4 and 11. Now it's quite simple. All we do, we take the 2 and we say let's multiply that by 4 and then let's multiply by 11. So if we take this one stage at a time, 2 times 4 is 8 and 8 times 11 is 88. So we can say that the product of 2, 4 and 11 is in fact 88. If we come down to this example here we're asked to find the product of 4, 3 and 10. So obviously that's going to be 4 times 3 times 10. If we take this 4 and we multiply it by this 3, well 4 3s are 12, and then we multiply that 12 by 10, then obviously the result is going to be 120. So the product of 4, 3 and 10 is 120. If we now look at the example up here, it's asking us to find the product of 56, 72 and 3. Now on this occasion we'll do this using a calculator. So I will enter 56 and I'll multiply that 56 by 72. Then I'll multiply that by 3, press the equal signs, and we can see the answer is 12,096. So if I remove the calculator for a moment, we can write here 12,096. So the product of 56, 72 and 3 is 12,096. Now finally, let's have a look at this one down here, which is asking us to multiply 55 and 34. I'm going to do this in a slightly different way. I'm going to write the 55 here, and immediately underneath I'm going to write the 34, and we're going to say that we're going to multiply these together. Now I'm going to multiply by the 3 first, which means I have to put a 0 down here, and 3 times 5, well, is obviously 15, so that's 5 down and we carry the 1. 3 times 5 is 15, plus the 1 that was carried is 16, so that's right down there. And now we multiply by the 4. Now 4 times 5 is 20, so that's 0 down and carried 2. And 4 times 5 is 20 plus this 2, which makes that 22 there. What we do now, we simply add these up. A 0 plus a 0 is a 0, and a 5 plus a 2 is 7, and a 6 plus a 2 is 8. And then finally the 1 in this column is got nothing to be added to here, so the 1 is simply dropped down, as you can see there. So the product of 55 and 34 we can see is 1,870. Now I'm going to write this one down again, and I'm going to put 55 here, and underneath I'm going to put 34, because you may be used to doing this kind of multiplication here slightly differently. In other words, you may be used to multiplying by the 4 first, the one that's actually worth less than the 3, because this is in the units column. Well, on this occasion you simply say 4 times 5 is 20, which is 0 down, carry 2. 4 times this 5 is 20, plus this 2 is 22. And now what we do, we multiply by the 3, which means putting a 0 down, and 3 times 5 is 15, which is 5 down, and we carry the 1, and 3 times 5 is 15, plus this 1 is 16, and now we add up these two numbers. A 0 plus a 0 is obviously a 0, a 2 plus a 5 is 7, a 6 plus a 2 is 8, and this 1 is carried down there. and we can see we get the same result. So the product of 55 and 34 we can see is 1870. So to find the product of two or more numbers is quite simple. You multiply them together.